Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 25th of July. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Philip Kingston, and that would have to be one of the worst introductions. You're very jerky in your introduction. It just doesn't work. I think next week I'll just have to go back to doing them.
And if you hadn't have stuffed up the first two trial introductions, I wouldn't have had to do it, Philip. Welcome back. Good to be back on the couch with you. We haven't been together for forever, it seems like.
It feels like months, Gary, but in real
right.
terms it's probably only 3 weeks. But 3 weeks without you, Gary,
It's a long time. I've missed you.
It's like a lifetime.
You've had a good break, you've had a freshen up, you've come back to a good market, lots of results. It's been exciting, hasn't it?
Do you know what, Gary? How good was last weekend? The weekend
Very good,
was
Philip.
a bit of a test because the marketplace has had a bit of a lull. Viewers, as you'd all know, with school holidays,
Yes.
auction volumes plummeted, and we were all looking at this weekend as a bit of a litmus test because we had reasonable volume, and we were wondering how would the market respond given the winter hibernation.
And it was a good spread of listings too, Philip. We did sell 14 out of 16, so we've got an 86% clearance rate against an industry average of...
Oh, you've got to love those towers, 74%, smashing, kicking the industry's backside
Yes,
as we go through our wonderful life of selling some of the best properties on the planet.
Absolutely, Phil. We had some very competitive auctions and some great results. A spread of price ranges, a spread of suburbs. We've got smorgasbord of listings coming up this weekend as well. Shall we review some of our auctions?
Well, Gary, I was at, I only did one auction on Saturday.
Yeah,
did 4 on Sunday, but one on Saturday, which is in
Porter
Street in Carnegie. Now,
Price
while the
is undisclosed,
price is
yes.
undisclosed,
Before you blab.
Gary, big crowd there. Big
crowd, lots of people.
And I think we had
Might have some shots of there.
maybe four bidders there. And whilst the price is undisclosed, viewers, we can say sold well in excess of the reserve price.
Sure did, Phil. We could say also that the range and the expectation was somewhere in that 1.2 to 1.3 or early 1.3s, and it did sell for way more than that, Phil. That was a successful one. One of the disclosed sales is in Marara Road, Philip. I auctioned that one on Sunday morning, just up the road from Mr. Brightside, Phil. Had some fun there, and that sold for $800,000, just above the reserve price there, Phil.
Bit of a shout out to Mr. Brightside, one of the best cafes in Melbourne, on the corner of Bambara Road and Carawina. They do the most incredible breakfast and lunch, and it's a bit of a local icon. And shout out to them. If you're in that area, drop in to see Mr. Brightside.
And get your coffee from there, not from our coffee van if we have an auction upstairs from there.
Gary,
because we got in trouble, didn't we, Phil?
Well,
and rightly so.
Fair enough.
We did the wrong thing, and we want to apologise to the Brightside people.
I will be ringing them to
apologise because we put the coffee van outside their cafe, which they do for a living. And anyway, suffice to say,
ugly scene.
All the tyres are down.
They were in the right.
They were.
Certainly, they are wonderful people, and it is a local cafe that we love.
And the coffee crew are recovering in hospital, and we expect them to be out within the next 2 weeks. Philip, Bundeera Road, that was a very popular auction. That price is disclosed. We were expecting somewhere around 1.5 to 1.65. A very big killer bid there.
We had a shoes off auction there because this was the most beautifully finished home.
You've got to take your shoes off sometimes.
Brand new. I can't tell you what, the consumer does not like taking their shoes off.
I don't like either.
No, I hate it too.
Yeah.
And the truth
but you don't have to, because you've got immaculate socks. You're that guy with the beautiful socks.
The truth be known, Gary,
well, I've got grungy socks. I've got grotty socks.
Is that the public must understand that there is an exemption to the shoes off policy, which is the auctioneer, because I refuse to stand and do an auction
that's just
in my socks.
You've got a superiority complex there, I reckon.
No question. Anyway, let's get back to the property, because I was wearing a new pair of shoes. I don't mind saying.
I bought a new pair of shoes.
Oh, a round of applause.
Yeah, I did. I got one.
A new pair of shoes.
I did. I got one overseas. Yeah. Go on, Phil.
Yeah, what colour were they, Gary?
I thought they were black, but my wife says they're grey and they look a bit blue, and I'm not sure what they go with, but you'll work it out.
Did you buy them for casual wear or
No, they're very official business, Philip.
There's not a chance you're wearing a grey pair of shoes.
No, well, you can have a look at them.
There's anything
they're
wrong
nice.
with you. If you've got a grey pair of shoes, just don't wear them with a navy suit.
Tell us about the auction in Bundeera Road, Phil.
Bundeera Road, huge crowd, Gary, huge crowd. And we were thinking that they would sell somewhere around the 1.6, 1.7 mark. Is the price undisclosed before I name it?
No, it's not undisclosed.
We sold it for $1,777,000, which is a bit of a knockout blow from the eventual buyer. And I've got to tell you, their strategy worked well because it did discourage the other buyer. The reality is, I think the other buyer was out. But what a beautiful home, and congratulations to the vendors who really did create the most beautiful townhouse.
Phil, I had a bit of history in terms of selling a property. It hadn't been sold since 1975, I think it was. And that was at 4 Glenora Road, Ripon Lee, undisclosed, but certainly not too far away from the quote price. We were expecting somewhere in the high ones there. Phil, the auction, which really dragged on and went for a long time, and in fact, one of the the attendance was a bit irate because he wanted to see Collingwood play, and he thought he'll have plenty of time to see
Collingwood
play.
won. I
Well,
mean,
that's right.
let's be clear. If you're
exactly
a Collingwood
right.
supporter, you would be irate at missing out on one of the only games this year they've won.
And every time I said first, second, and third call, he'd come in with souls because he wanted to go to his telly, but he was still enthralled in the auction because we had 5 bidders. It was undisclosed. We thought we'd get somewhere in the low ones. It was very popular. It was in Inkerman Road, Philip.
Right.
I did say that. Pay attention, please. 1 at 656 Inkerman Road, Caulfield North. So that rounded out the weekend.
An incredible apartment, though,
And
Gary.
isn't it annoying when you can't say the price? But you've got to respect people when they say no. Philip, this weekend
You've
we've
got
got.
to respect them regardless, Gary.
Well,
I mean, you should
you do.
always respect people.
No, I think it's a good policy.
In fact, we
isn't it?
talked about it at our sales meeting yesterday, didn't we? How,
Respect and love.
Correct.
It goes a
And
long
it's
way.
our job to provide excellent levels of service, which means regardless of what the consumer says to us, we've got to just take it in our stride.
Exactly right, Phil. And a lot of people around on the weekend. The numbers are still good. So even though the volume, you're right, is low, and when you say lull, it sort of paints a bit of a gloomy image, like things aren't great. Which
Well, it's only gloomy if you're a negative thinker.
Well,
Gary.
the lull is lull a positive word, is it? You're saying lull. So I'm going through a lull, which means I'm going great, yeah? I'm going through a lull. Having a bit of a lull in my love life, that's really good. Bit of a lull financially. No, that's fantastic. A bit of a lull in business. Great,
now
brilliant.
that I come to think of it,
lull
is not a positive word.
So I think what you meant to say, and I'll just cover for you here after I've torn you apart, is I think what you meant to say is that there's a little bit of a low volume.
Well, low volume, if you look up the dictionary, you'll see lull equals...
Because you did that before you said it. You looked at the dictionary.
Low volume real estate market.
Okay, fair enough. So we get a fit picture that...
I'm never going to use the word lull ever
it's
again.
Gone. It's finished. It's out of your word. It doesn't work in Words with Friends. We're not going to put it in Scrabble. That's it.
The word lull for you is a bit like the word cleaning lady.
Yes. If you saw, hang on, don't say the film. If you know what he's talking about now, because you've got a very small audience, if you know about the film where cleaning lady sends the main character into a wild frenzy, rage, let us know. We'll give you some tickets to the movie.
Yeah,
so
some gold class tickets.
And here, just email us to ideas at Gary P.
So the word cleaning lady, you know...
In any language, too. It could be in German as well, by the way. So let's move away from that.
That's what lull is going to be
us.
for us.
Yeah, it just sends us into a mad frenzy.
Just see us at an open for inspection or an auction.
Don't say lull. Don't say lull. Whatever you do. But Phil, the low volume...
There is going to be such a limited viewership.
I know.
Actually going to...
If anybody's watching. It's a limited viewership to start with anyway, but if the 4 or 5 people that are watching now switch off, there's no one left.
Anybody that was wondering, will I ever watch this show again?
That's it,
I reckon we just lost them.
Thanks. Anyway, well, hopefully we've got a few relatives with my kids. We'll get the numbers up. Phil, let's just talk a little bit about that because the volume's down, but there still is some good excitement. There's still some competition out there, some significant, and I think prices are still being held up. They're not necessarily going up all the time, but they're still being held up.
We didn't talk about a number of sales that we conducted on the weekend.
No, we didn't.
But I'm going to just talk about Laura Street.
Yes.
Because whilst the price is undisclosed, I can say that it was a significantly high price.
It was. I saw the vendor afterwards.
From the point of view
Very
that
happy.
it sets, I think, a new precedent for land sales.
Yes.
So if there is a really bright spark still burning, or there's a flame still burning in the marketplace, it's clearly land. I think that land just goes from strength to strength.
I agree with you, Phil. You got me signed on to that one, Phil. We have got this weekend, I think it's something like 16 auctions.
You might not have noticed this because you didn't say it, but I'm tireless today.
Hey, you are too. Is that because you forgot it?
No. I've got it. I've got it here.
Oh.
And
I thought about doing the same thing, and I thought, no, you'd never let me get away with it.
Do you know, I thought we would try it where you wore the tie and I didn't.
Okay. Is that because I've got my new shoes and I'm
showing
you up now?
We'd get some viewer feedback. Yeah. The reason I'm not wearing a tie is a shout out to my father, who I dropped over to his house.
Hey, I read some stuff that he said. Did you watch the GPTV when you weren't there and I was with the South Africans? I can't believe I was with those.
Yes.
That was wonderful.
Yeah.
Arlene and Glenn, they are wonderful. And I talked a bit about your father because he wrote something and I read it. I don't know if you saw the episode, but anyway, go on. Love your father.
I walked into my parents' house the other day and I'm kind of probably wearing what I'm wearing now. And my father said, "Oh, you don't have a tie on." And my father he's a liberal conservative.
He is.
If I can make that description about your dad.
Yes.
But I wasn't sure whether he was saying I should have a tie or I shouldn't have a tie. Yeah. And I said, "What do you think?" And he said, "No, I like the fact that you're not as uptight, you're not as you're not as
stiff,
preening around,
stiff and awkward and difficult."
It was a good idea. So viewers,
precious.
if you wouldn't mind sending an email to say, if I was coming to see you for the first time, cold appointment, never met me before, thinking about using us as a real estate agent, and I arrived like this instead of like that, what would be your first impression?
You are the most secured agent.
It's a focus group.
You are the most secured agent in town, and you set the standard. And for years, you belted me anytime I didn't wear a tie in the office. And only in recent years have we been able to, in our own office, with your permission and consent. Not you also didn't let me smoke in the office, which also upset me in the 80s. But that's another story. You sent me out in the cold. Heartless he was. But having said that, I'm very happy without a tie as well. But you should have told me. But I don't mind showing you up as the more formal one. Philip, we've got this weekend 16 auctions over 7 suburbs. Can we and shall we review them?
Jump into the review,
because you start off in an apartment that I love.
I'm going to lean across here now and
do
grab
that.
the folder.
You lean across there. But this is in a fantastic...
Put my glasses on too.
This is in a fantastic apartment. The block's called Belmac, Phil, and it's in Goldsmith Street in Elwood. This has been totally transformed.
Hang on.
Now, I'm going to review it because I know it.
Rewind, because we've got a big auction on Wednesday.
Hey, we have too. We have got a big
so
auction Wednesday.
So let's talk about 202,
wow.
210.
That's on tomorrow.
212 Hawthorne Road,
How big is it? How do you go from 202 to 210? How does that work?
It's a bit of a mystery to us. There is no 204, 206 or 208.
Maybe they're hiding
which means
another
whoever
street.
Buys this, perhaps from a redevelopment point of view, can utilise those street numbers. Anyway,
that's strange.
The developers, look, can you just let me get on with this?
Okay.
What an amazing development site. We've got 1,717 square metre site, which is made up of 3 houses.
That's massive.
With the option of taking the 4th site, which is on the corner of Walworth Avenue. It has a frontage of 48.16 metres, Gary.
Are they all being sold as one, Philip?
It's the most. Yeah, it's being sold as one.
Okay.
I think it is probably the most exciting development site Caulfield has ever had.
There you go. That's a big call, Phil.
Wednesday.
We're looking forward to that one. Come along there and come all and buy it and develop it and create something exciting there. They're all a bit tired, those homes, I think, aren't they, Phil?
But that's not a nice description, Gary, but it is a development site.
Development site. Okay, fair enough.
So you're a little bit tired too, but no one slags you publicly.
Well, I have worked with you.
Me.
Have worked with you for 35 years. Not surprised. Is it Goldschmidt Street, Philip, as they say in Germany? Goldschmidt. This is an incredible offering, Philip. What a great apartment. Well, it's one of 4, Philip. It's been totally and utterly, completely reinvigorated, renovated, improved, beautified. Call it what you will, Phil. Call it yours. Right opposite a park. It's quite extraordinary because it all opens up and overlooks a park. Beautiful period features. 2 great-sized bedrooms, Philip. A sparkling lounge dining with a bay window, Phil, and
polished
a
before boards, Gary. I'm in love with that dining room. Probably that's been up on screen already, but what a stunning property. And I think you're right. Get into the groove in Elwood. Get yourself set for summer.
It's an interesting one too. It's been the same family for a long time. A well-known bookmaker used to live there and owns it, and and you know, did you know that there's an Art Deco walk through Elwood, and that is on the Art Deco walk. That particular apartment.
Can you move it on?
Okay, I guess I should. Philip, it's good to be rich, and if you are good and rich, you get Goodrich Street in Bentley East, Philip, 1030 Leo Samuel Auctions, that one.
It is actually a great name for a street. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, lock-up garage, another car space, great entertaining areas and great garden areas. Popular
auction expected to happen in Hewenden Road, a great spot just near our office, Philip. Very affordable, but an exceptional 1-bedroom apartment there. 15 at 26 Hewenden Road.
This is really the size of a 2-bedroom apartment, but it is a 1-bedroom apartment. You've got to love this style of property because they were built to last. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, a lock-up garage. That is a ripper.
You know what else is a ripper? I love that we sell places like $4 and $5 million, and then we sell properties like at $140,000, which is less than a deposit of some of the homes that we sell, or most of the homes we sell. Take us through this one in Hawthorne Road.
Well, Gary, student accommodation, we've been quoting that at a very accessible price range. A great investment there because they're always easy to lease, and a great spot because all of your tenants can get on the tram, the train or the bus, or just walk to the shops, which is exactly what students are looking for.
Further triple auction action happens at 11:30, Philip. You're moving on to Maccombie Street in the heart of bustling and exciting and beautiful
Gary, this is one of the best apartments we've ever had because it is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in the new building there on Glen Huntley Road, corner Maccombie Street. But what sets this apart is its extraordinary terrace, wraparound balconies, and views of the city, views of the bay, views out over Elsternwick. It is incredible.
Phil, incredible is Queens Road, Melbourne. This next property that we've got, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Michael Jonas has been handling this Jeremy Rosen's auctions.
Michael Jonas,
yes,
because he's doing an amazing job in
good,
that Queens Road, St
Yeah,
Kilda Road area.
he's a gun.
He's the quiet achiever, Gary.
He is, Phil.
This is 3
he's about
bedroom.
he's about to get married too.
Well, that's not so quiet an achievement,
well,
then, is it?
No, it'll be quiet after that, won't he?
Yeah,
That's for sure.
well, that's right. His achievements will be downgraded. Three bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 car parks, and we love that building, that lovely curved building. Great views out over the lake from that building.
Lior wraps up, brings down the curtain on Saturday early, Philip, in Argyle Street in Bentley East, in that kind of territory that we love. He's there at 12:30 with Daniel Rees.
And he's got what everybody wants today, which is a single-storey villa and a small select development, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space,
very affordable.
Outdoor entertaining areas. That, viewers, we keep recommending is great real estate.
Mid-5s to 6 range, Philip, that is good value. Here we are in the Avenue, our first auction.
So, Gary, the reason I was late here for the filming is because knowing that I was going to be in the Avenue, I thought I'd sneak into Las Chicas for a quick coffee, which is walking distance from here.
It is.
As is Spout, as is Attica, as is the Balaclava Railway Station, the
As is the
Ripley
Ripley
Railway
and the
Station,
wine bar.
Glen Huntly Road. We love these streets and we love this town residence, which is 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, basement car parking, Gary. This is really good real estate.
We have triple auction action on Sunday, Philip, at 11:30, starting off in Bamborough Road, 1 at 27A. Leo's doing the auction.
Love this property, Gary. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a garage, car space. This is terrific real estate. We love it, and we love that position. Walking distance to the tram in Balaclava Road and the fabulous Caulfield Park.
Dandenong Road, 11:30, Philip, doing an auction there. Leon has been involved. Simon Radolnik auctions.
Enter via Wando Grove, which is important. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, beautifully renovated throughout. Great position, walking distance to our office, and a hop, skip and a jump to Armadale and Paran and Chapel Street. The list goes on and on.
Been some significant interest in this one. I'm not surprised, Philip. We're in Gardenvale Road, this fabulous unit, front unit with a big courtyard garden. Take us through it.
Well, Gary, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a carport, and that has got big garden areas. We love that style of real estate. We can't say it enough.
Double auction action at 12:30. I wish I was there with you, Philip. Unfortunately, I've got my own auction to do, but 77 Narrawong Road looks like a beauty.
Well, Gary, this has set the new benchmark in Caulfield South for development, because this is one of only 2 freestanding 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, Gary, and it features what no property to my knowledge in South Caulfield has featured before in a brand new development of this type, which is a lift.
Hey.
Which means that regardless of how old you might be or how young you might be, if you're not feeling like the stairs, you go into the lift, you have a cup of tea as the lift takes you to the first floor, and out you get, and you're on the first level.
You get a boost as soon as you get home, Phil.
I do want to congratulate the vendor there for the most extraordinary job, and a shout out to Tracy from Tag Interiors, who did the interior design
Good
there.
on you, Tracy.
And that was picked up by realestate.com because they love the interiors so much.
They do,
so
and I'm not
well
surprised.
done, Tracy.
Good on you,
Shout out
Tracy.
to you.
You know your stuff. We recommend you too. Phil, Orong Road, this is an oversized apartment, I'd call it, and it's opposite our
a
office.
bit like yourself, really, Gary.
What, beautiful and grand?
No, just oversized. But we do love this apartment building. Just opposite our office, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. And we do love it because that style of architecture just gets more popular as the days and minutes go past.
And hey, Phil, I don't know if you know, but they never come up in that block. It's very tightly held, as this one has been for like
very
ever.
tightly held, like also your wallet,
Yes,
Gary.
Phil, indeed so. Well,
particularly around the 13th of June, which is my birthday, so tightly held it does not see the light of day.
Indeed, not Philip.
Hotham those dice, by the way, on your desk.
Yeah, they're very nice.
They're nice,
yeah, they're very nice.
Gary
They're quirky.
a gift when I was in New York.
I think you're a better friend to me than I am to
you.
you.
Bought him some dice, and for no reason. Although, by the way, I'm pretty sure we haven't given you a birthday present 2 years running.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Yeah.
Next February, stay tuned.
Fair
We'll
enough.
get you some more dice.
So it wasn't 1 dice for each year, was it?
No.
Very good. 10 at 15 Hotham Street. Phil, take us through this one.
Gary, look at the polished timber floorboards here. This is a great apartment, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and it's got the coolest finishes to it. The bathroom is incredible, as is the kitchen. I love that apartment.
Jeremy Rosens is going to love doing that auction. Adam's been involved. Philip, at 2:30 on Sunday, we're at 352 Alma Road. Lamore and Darren and yourself will all be there, excited. It's our only 2:30 auction. I'm going to come along and check it out.
Come along to this house, because have a look at this facade. Have a look at the grandeur of this house. Have a look at the indoor
pool.
swimming pool.
It's incredible.
Look, this is This is a monument.
It's
this
iconic,
house.
isn't it? It's a landmark and it's iconic.
But it's a monument to the 70s and 80s.
It is, Phil.
When people built the old-fashioned way, which was bricks and concrete slabs. And here you can see that really when this house was built, money was no object. You can see the marble or the travertine floors. The attention to detail here is extraordinary. It sits high on the
Alma Road Hill.
Alma Road Hill. Yes, you're going to say it. I know you can't
in the
resist.
Paris end of Alma Road, Philip.
It is an exclusive pocket. I mean, all of Alma Road is great.
Yeah, oui, monsieur.
But this pocket of Alma Road really is extraordinary.
Yes.
And this is an extraordinary landmark residence of which we're very proud to put to the market.
You'll be getting there on your bike with your baguette in your arm and your beret on your head because we are on the Paris end. I think you should conduct the whole auction in French.
In French?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, Gary, my French is un petit peu.
I know, yes, that's the only word he knows that he loves to say. Phil, let's just
3 words.
Let's just wrap it up in Kooyong Road because we've got a big block of land. And look, is there anything better in Caulfield than land? You can create whatever you want.
Gary, as I said at my auctions last weekend, land is the blank canvas upon which you paint your dreams. And I also followed it up, which reminded me of what I said to my wife when I was dating her.
No, I don't think you should say that.
I said I was the blank canvas upon which she could paint her dreams.
Yes, indeed. So, what
It was a brilliant line because she said yes ultimately, and the only trouble is she painted nightmares on the canvas that I was her.
Indeed. So,
anyway,
let's get on to
her for her long suffering.
Exactly, poor thing. We love you.
Decades with me.
Yeah.
950 square.
How do you
meters.
do it? Go on.
950 square metres of land. That is an extraordinary opportunity to paint your dreams there with a massage frontage, Gary, of 18.89 metres.
You don't get that every day.
Well, you don't, and it's in the Golden Mile of Caulfield North, so we just love it.
We do indeed. Incredible. We're looking forward to bringing down the curtain on Sunday at that auction, Philip, at 3:30. We join forces together there, and that's a big weekend wrapped up at Gary Perrott Associates, where it's all happening, Phil, as we start listing now for spring.
Gary,
we
we're
start
in the
seeing
middle
out
of it
winter.
now, because keep in mind, anything we list today is going to be auctioned in August, September.
Yeah, so that's
actually more likely to be September than it is August.
That's
so, viewers, if you're thinking of selling this year and you've been waiting for the weather to get into its perfect spring form, you need to be talking to us now because we really are booking September, October, November. In fact, we've already got a couple of listings for the year 2018.
We have. We've got some Sundays in October, like one's almost booked out already. It's incredible. But it's all happening in the real estate market and at Gary Perrott Associates. And
can I say to you, Gary, it's always good when you go away.
Yes, it is, for both of us.
It's always great when you come back.
For you.
It's always nice to have you back.
It's for you. Thank you. This is a big week in real estate. There's plenty happening, Philip. And OJ got off. So what that's got to do with anything, I don't know.
We'll talk more about that next week.
Exactly right. Let's make OJ our theme. I'm Gary Pearce.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a fabulous week.